my channel. So today I actually have a look inside what I bring with me when I teach, and you will notice that I have a lot of stuff. And for that reason, I had to get a little creative in filming. So you will actually notice, you can see my tripod legs here. I'm actually filming on my floor because that was the only way that I could get like a far enough view of all of my stuff to show you guys. So what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna go through what's in my bags, and then I'm gonna give you a closer look at some smaller things. I'll move you guys back up to my table so you can kind of see close up. Now, just to let you know, this is not going to be the update of my teacher bullet journal, notebooks, like all that kind of stuff. This is just going to be what's in my bags. So that video with what's actually inside the notebooks and stuff, that is going to come a little bit later. So let's get started. Okay, so first up, I have 3 different bags. So we're going to kind of go from least interesting to most interesting, if you will. So I have my, so I've got my purse. I swear by the Longchamp bags. They are weather resistant and I absolutely love them. I've been using them for years. And the awesome thing is that they are actually even cheaper in France than they are in the US, which makes my life so happy. Also, just so you know, I'm filming on a Saturday, which means I am in socks and comfy pants, so please don't mind my feet. So yeah, this is, I have a box at school, or not a box. I have a locker. That's what those are called. I have a locker at my school. So when I come in on Monday morning, for example, I bring all 3 of these bags. Now, when I actually go to my class, I only carry these 2. So this black one and my gray one. And I leave my purse in my locker and I just take out little bits that I might need during the day. And then from Monday until Thursday, which is the end of my work week because I'm in university the other days, I actually leave this black bag in my locker, so I only have to carry home 2 bags normally. And then this big gigantic gray bag is what comes with me to all of my classes. So inside my purse, a lot of times I will actually carry my laptop. So this is a canvas sleeve that I actually made with a friend of mine, and you can see I was not very good on the sewing machine. He's kind of fallen apart. But I just have my laptop. So for example, I have a couple of hour breaks at times during the day, and so I like to have my laptop so I can work on lesson plans or what have you. So he usually goes in my purse, and I don't usually take it to class with me. I usually lock it in my locker when I'm actually in class. Let's see. So as a teacher, gotta have a cola, 100%. I've got headphones, bus pass, lipstick, EOS, chapstick, whatever you want to call that. Oops. And let's see, I've got sunglasses. I have my bag of any like sort of first aid stuff. So if I recall, I've got like lady products, extra hand cream, an emery board, hand gel, or hair gel, not hand gel. That's weird, Caitlin, come on. A mirror. I've got Doliprane, which is our version of like Advil or what have you. I've got Band-Aids. I've got some like mints. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. So this is just like my little bag of tricks that I can just like pull this out of my purse and like run up to the bathroom if I need to, for example, and it's all nice and contained. Let's see. So since this is my actual purse, I have 2 reusable bags for when I go to the grocery store. Oops. I have my cards. I have my wallet, Kleenexes, naturally. This is a cloth bag I use when I buy like clothes or shoes or whatever, so I can try not to take any of the bags that they give me. Umbrella, because I live in Normandy and you gotta have one. And, oops, more Kleenex that needs to make it to the trash. And my last 2 things are, I carry my pen case and my bullet journal. So I'll actually give you guys a look at what's inside my pen case after, so stay tuned closer to the end for that. Okay, so this is bag number 1, and like I said, I don't actually carry that one around with me when I'm in school. Let's get those out of frame. The second bag I have is just like a random store shopping bag. I found a black one, and so I thought that would be nice. So I actually carry this around because of how I organize my stuff. Now, I think I've mentioned this before. We don't actually have our own classrooms. It's the kids that have classrooms and the teachers change, which means that I can't like file stuff in classrooms because there's really just no space. So I have to have everything with me. So when I first started, I thought that I was going to use my binder to like have copies and stuff, and I just realized it just wasn't possible. So what I do is I have a color for all of my levels. I tried to color code, however, I don't have a purple folder, so one of my levels is normally purple. He's red now. I've got my blue level. Oops. I have my green. And then I have this yellow folder, and this is just copies of things that I can use with all of my levels, so that I don't have to like go back into a different one because I need it for a different class. Like this is just a miscellaneous can go for anybody folder. And then the other things in here, I have an example of our agenda, which I'm gonna try and cover some of it. This is our agenda so that I know how like discipline and that kind of stuff works. It's just got like pages and stuff in there, so that's just a copy for me. I have an example of a project I made for one of my levels, and we were doing projects in here, so I actually used to have a bunch of colored paper, but they've used it all, so it's now just weird, like random lined paper and blank paper. So that just lives in this, and like I said, I don't bring this home with me every evening after school. I do like to have it, I like to have it over the weekend in case, but during the week I don't bring it home because that's just one more thing to carry. All right, so now my main teacher bag. So I first saw this particular bag. It's a 31 brand bag, and I first saw it from Pocketful of Primary, and I was like, oh my God, I need that bag in my life because it's huge, it's got a ton of pockets, and I went online and I found that they had a really nice gray color, and I was like, yes, you know me, this is exactly what I want. And the best part is that Michelle of Pocketful of Primary got a new teacher bag this year, and she got this exact one, so I'm kind of like fangirling over here about that. But it is thanks to her that I know about this bag, and I will link it. They are a US brand. I actually ordered it, and I was going home to visit family over the summer, so I just had it ordered to my parents' house, and I brought it back with me. So I actually don't know if they ship anywhere outside of the US, maybe Canada. You'll have to check. I'm not sure about that. So let's do the outside pocket. So a lot of times I'll use, this pocket here for like a water bottle or my umbrella, second one there. So those, I don't really like to keep a lot of stuff in there because they're not very like sturdy. I've had my water bottle fall out of it because I bring like a liter bottle and it's kind of big. Anyway, so I have Teacher's Best Friend, all kinds of binder clips and page flaggy, like all kinds of stuff in here. I use those to keep my copies organized. Oops, and actually he's not supposed to be there. Okay, in the middle pocket, I've got, so I have this napkin that I use to clean off. I actually have laminated some pieces of paper that I use like a whiteboard, so I keep this to clean off the ink when I'm done. So he just kind of lives in there. I have a little notebook that I got for free at one of our orientation days that's got like page flags, and I just write notes in here, so I like to keep that on hand in case I have to jot something down. Got a USB key, chapstick, my black flare marker, and the keys for my school. Then the next thing I have is I actually have equity sticks. I don't use them as much as I would like, but I have made equity sticks for each of my classes, and I've color coded the ends here. So that if I ever like have two classes out at once and I mix them up, I know which class they go to. And I'm sure if you guys are teachers, you've probably heard of equity sticks, but basically it's a way to like randomly choose students for different assignments so that you're not always like calling on the same people. And I would like to start using it more, but sometimes it just doesn't work in my class. And I keep them in the plastic bags because, like I said, I don't have my own classroom, so I need them to be portable for me. Now, in the back, I have Kleenex, naturally, and I actually have an extra cloth bag just in case, because you never know when you're gonna need another bag. And I think I actually have the carrying bag. Yep, I have the carrying bag for my other, my black bag that carries all my folders. You'll notice a theme here, like a lot of black. All right, So now, inside here, I have, my teacher binder, which I will be doing an updated flip through of this soon, but not today. I have this foldery thing where I just keep random photocopies that I get from like colleagues that I'm not sure how I want to use them, but I want to hold on to them. I have my clipboard. So I got one that has a really flat profile, and it's got inside, it's got this pocket here, And I just keep scratch paper. So if I ever mess up when I'm making, like when I'm printing stuff, I just cross out the backside and flip it over, and I use that for like planning and all kinds of stuff. So totally gets used. And I keep some sticky notes on the back here. And then these are the boards that I actually have laminated. So they're color coded for my colors. Like I said, again, I actually don't have purple. So anything that is pink or red is supposed to be purple, basically. And then I have extra pages of my color coded paper for those guys. So I use this to check homework and participation when I'm walking around the classroom. It's just a little bit easier. Next up is, this was actually my first unit in one of my classes, and I wanted to have it on hand, but I didn't want to have it in my binder, so I just put it in here. I have my teacher bullet journal. Again, I will do a flip through of this guy soon. I have my teacher stickers that I like to use on tests. Got my work and university traveler's notebook. So this is one that when I'm at school, I have it in my bag. And then when I go to university, I take it out and I bring it with me. So this guy moves around. A lot of the rest of the stuff just lives in this bag because it's for teaching. This is, oops. So this is a little case I got from an airline, and these are just my laminated cards. So I've got like celebrities and stuff for like Pictionary, just any kind of little like games. I have my teacher stamps, which you'll notice they're a disaster because it's super messy, and a lot of times I actually let the kids do it and they're not careful. So yeah, it's a disaster, but they're all in English, which I really like. I got them from the Target dollar spot. And the last thing I have in here is this, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and move you guys back up to my table and give you guys a look at what's inside this and my other pen case. Okay, so now I'm back on my table, and I will show you guys what I have in each of these two things. So I'm gonna do my pen case first. So this is a pen case that I like to bring with me. However, I don't use it as much when I'm teaching. I do use it, however, for university, but I like to have it with me regardless, so I'll show you what's inside. So I actually got this from Amazon. It is a designed for arrangement. It's got these two pockets on the outside, which I have not yet decided what I want to put in them. And on the inside, oops, it's got these different sections. So you've got these like bands to keep everything in place. And I've got the 5 colors of highlighters that I like to use for university and that kind of stuff. I have a random black pen. This is a V5. Oh my goodness. I hope I did not dry that out because that was not completely on. But this is a V5 Pilot V5 High Tech Point 0.5 nib. I've also got an RSVP Pentel RSVP ballpoint pen. And then in here I have my pencil and my eraser. I've got the brown Inkjoy gel pen that is what I use for my work and university because I have the brown traveler's notebook, so I'm using the brown gel pen. Makes sense in my brain. This is the 0.5, yes, 0.5 Muji gel pen, 0.38 Muji gel pen. This is a Staedtler permanent, so it's a fine tip one, so I just have that in case I need a permanent pen, permanent marker, I guess. I've got an extra black flare, and then I've got my normal bullet journaling Inkjoy gel pen right here. And then in the back, oops, so I have 2 brush pens. These are my older ones. A lot of times I use them just to play around with when I'm at university, for example. I've got an extra packet of like sticky notes that I got for free from one of our like training intro day thingies. I've got a nice pair of scissors. These are Fiskars. I have, oops, come on you. There we go. I have my glue roller, goodness. I have a glue roller. I've got a mini Tipp-Ex for precision whiteout. And I also have a little Tipp-Ex roller for like lots of stuff that I have to white out. I also keep a little pad of sticky notes, and I've got a rubber band in here. And that is basically it. So what I actually can do is, for example, when I go to university, a lot of times I'll bring teaching stuff. So I'll bring stuff that I have to grade or what have you. So I also have color-coded pens for teaching that I can actually fit in here. I just kind of throw them in here and zip this all closed. So this actually, like, you can tell he squishes down a little bit. So I've got more room in here, but I like to leave it like that so that if I need to put something in there, I still can. So that is my pen case. And then I've got this. So when I placed my order with 31, they actually had a promo where you could get like half off of something else. So I got this for like super cheap. And it's like a desk organizer. So it's one of those things that it's designed so you put it in your bag, and then like when you get to your desk, you just bring it out and you can just have like a little desk organizer like right there. I tend to not bring it out of my bag just because it's kind of wedged in there. You might have noticed that I have a lot of stuff in my bag. Yeah, have to work on that. So far I haven't figured out a way to tone it back at all. But I find it really helpful to keep all of like my pens and what's-its organized. So let's start on the outside. There's these 2 zipper pockets here. Oh goodness. And you'll see it's like so stuffed that it's really hard to open sometimes. So I've got, in here, these are some roller ball pens that I actually got. And I honestly think I might take them out of here because I just don't really use this style of pen very much. So there's really no point in me keeping it in here. I will do that right now. All right, so I've got one more. Oops, there you go. Oh, goodness. And you can see it's like perfectly balanced. Take something out and it all falls over. So I have, oopsie daisy, let's see. All of my flares. So I actually have I have different packs. So I have a pack of the Color Pop. So I have 3 color coding pens for my, oh my gosh, for my classes. The 3 pens I use for my classes are actually from the Color Pop pack. And I actually think that none of these are. I think I've actually got the other 3 Color Pop ones in my thing, because then I also have a 12 pack of the flares, which 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and I have a red one. So I think this one is the 12 pack of the flares. So I've got plenty of extra ones. And actually, there was a sale at my grocery store. So I got another pack of like 3 black flares, and then I got another pack of 4. I think it was like a black, and green, and a red, and a blue or something like that. So I got some extra of like the basic colors. So these ones I actually haven't started using them just because I'm trying really hard to do my color coding. But they live in here. Yeah, and I might need to rethink that just because I have kind of limited space. But yeah, so my flares live in here. I also have, 2 rolls of washi tape that I don't really use for anything else. These are actually both from Hema. And I use these if I ever need to like stick things up on the wall in class for like games or what have you. Then it doesn't destroy the wall. It doesn't waste my like transparent Scotch tape. I don't care if I use this up. So I just keep those in my bag just in case. So close them up. On this side, I've got, extra staples, because I bring my brochure stapler to school because I actually used it making a flip book. It was perfect for that. So I keep extra staples. I have these name tags from the Target dollar spot, and I wanted to use them, but I honestly I think there's like 48, and I have too many students. Like I just don't have enough to do all of my students, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use these for. And actually I'm going to take these out. I'm reorganizing while I'm showing you guys stuff. Anyway, so this is the, they call it the Zeppet. It's like the remote. Yes, that's the word. The remote for our projector systems, because they're like all up on the ceiling. So this is our like little remote-y guy, so that we have that. So I just keep it in here. I have smiley face stickers, which I'm going to have to start using these guys and not always use my other ones because I'm going to run out of those. But I like the other ones because they have little things in English on them, but these are super cute too. So I need to remember that I've got these in here. I also have, oh yes, when I was home, I went through my mom's stationery stuff and she was like, yeah, I don't use these. So I have a whole bunch of stars. So I think I might actually need to pull this one out so it's not like hiding in my thing, because I have a ton of stars and I would like to use those. So I'm going to hold that to the side. So that's what goes in here. And then I can open this guy up. So I have an egg timer. So what I like to do with this is actually a teacher, colleague of mine, gave me this idea, and she has, I think she said she has like a mouse or a tomato. She has some like really cute little timer. And I was only able to find this one, and I really like it because it's gray and white, obviously, and it's like very sleek and whatever. So I got this from Hema, and what I do is I use this. So for example, my kids have a really hard time like being quiet and listening to instructions. So what I do is I'll set this for 5 minutes, and they need to be quiet during those 5 minutes while I give the instructions, while any of the students ask questions, like if they're not sure what we have to do. We have 5 minutes, and then usually at the end of the 5 minutes, we're good with that, and they can start on whatever we're doing. I also will use it, for example, if we have individual work. I'll say, okay, you have like this exercise that you need to do. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then we're going to go over it as a class so that they are held accountable to the time that they have and they can see it. And honestly, they just love like seeing the timer. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. So I have that in here. I have, so there's little pockets in here. So there's 2 big pockets, two like half-size pockets, 1 big pocket, and then 3 pen loops. So we're going to look here. So first off, I've got my whiteboard markers, naturally. Those try to live all in here. It doesn't always work out because a lot of times I'm in a rush. Then in this pocket, I have another permanent marker, just in case. I have a red flare pen, which I actually don't really use this to correct. I actually correct things in my color coding pens. So I have, so first off, before we get to that, so this is a tiny little whiteboard marker that I got to do with those laminated sheets that are on my clipboard. And then I've got this where it's just ballpoint pens, and I've got a pencil in here just so I have like just in case kind of thing. And then these are my color coding ones. So I've got, for my youngest level is teal, my mid level is, blue, and my higher level is purple. And so what I do is in my grade book, I use the Inkjoy gel pens because they're more precise. And then when I'm correcting or writing in like my teacher, like my lesson plan log, so my like week view, I use these. And so that way everything is just very visual. And so that's one of the reasons why I like to correct in these colors, so that for some reason I like throw all my papers up in the air and they get all mixed up. I know which class they are, even if it's not like explicitly stated on the page. So this is just, I tend to use those. So yes, I do have a red flare, but I don't like to really correct in red, so I haven't really used it that much, and honestly, he could probably just live in like this back pocket here, but he just doesn't for the moment. All right, I have on the other side pocket, so these were freebie pens that I got from one of our like back to school things, and so if anybody asks me to borrow a pen, I give them these and not mine, because I have had that happen where, okay, sorry about that. I had a package came, which was kind of cool. Anyway, so where was I? Yes, so if anybody asks me for a pen, rather than giving them one of my nice pens, which I've totally done before and not gotten back, I give them one of these. So I keep them nice and accessible. Back here. Then in this side, I have Scotch tape. I actually did not used to have Scotch tape in here, and I had like 2 different times kids asked me if I had Scotch tape, so I was like, you know what, I think that's a thing I need to have. So I have my Scotch tape, and then I have my backup pack so that I can refill it. I've got a pair of not very good scissors, but they work. I've got a glue stick, because you never know, and I've got backup Tipp-Ex in both styles. So let's see if I can fit these all back in here. Oh dear, there we go. Okay, so then in the center, so there's just like this big open section. So in the center, I've got my brochure stapler, which is the one that, swings out into a 90-degree angle. Is that right? Hopefully that's right. Perpendicular. Anyway, and I've got a staple remover, because you never know. I have brads. So I actually did a project where we need them, so I just got this little tiny box of 100, and I did the project with 2 of my classes, so I've still got a bunch left. So I figured I'll just leave them in here in case we have another thing, then I don't have to like remember to put them in my bag. I've got some sticky tack, which apparently here it's called Patafix. Again, I haven't needed it yet just because we don't have our own classrooms, but I figured it's handy. You know, it's one of those other things that doesn't really destroy the walls or anything like that. So for example, if I don't have my washi tape, I can just stick stuff up with this. And I'm actually going to put him back here so he's not in the center there. I have an extra glue roller. I have these magnets. So my mom found me these little Washington, D.C. magnets, and these have come in so handy. I actually think I need to get more magnets because, for example, I've made examples for the stuff that my kids have to do, and so I'll put it up on the board so they can come up and look at it while we're working on it in class, and then this way it's just super easy to stick everything up. So definitely gotta have magnets. And my last one, this is actually one of my most recent purchases. I got this from Amazon, and it's a little gold star. So there's actually gold ink in here, and it's like a little thing. So I can actually, like, I keep it in here to keep it nice, but then if I were to set it on the table, it's not going to accidentally stamp stuff unless I actually, whoops, press down. You'll see here. So what I am going to do is you can actually unscrew this top part here, and you can put more ink in. So I found a bottle of refill ink on Amazon. I think it'll last me like forever. So the next time I place an Amazon order, I am going to get that because this is so nice. So you guys saw my other stamps. They are a complete disaster. And actually, hold on, let me show you. So here, let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So these are my stamps, and I keep them in the Ziploc bag because otherwise chaos. And you can tell that I use them in class, so I don't actually clean them like ever. So there's like ink all over everywhere. This guy was like a freebie I got in a set of stamps, so he's gonna run out soon. Like, just, it's really super, super messy. So what I would like to start doing is use these stamps at home. So for example, if I'm grading stuff, use these on their stuff. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this for checking homework because it's just cleaner, it's faster. Like, I think it'll just work better because this was just taking too much time. The kids love doing it, but it's just so messy. So I think that is going to be what I end up doing. And I haven't yet decided if I'm gonna let this live still in my teacher bag or if I'm gonna just leave it at home, because if I'm grading at school, for example, it would be nice to have these. But yeah, it's kind of a disaster. So that is why I went ahead and I got one of these guys. And let's see, do I have a piece of paper? Here, oops. So show you guys on here. See, it's so cute. It's like a really dark kind of gold, but it's really cute. So that is gonna be my new homework stamp. And yeah, that is, that's it. I mean, you know, I carry a ton of stuff with me to work, but that is the end of it. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, let me know down in the comment section. Like I mentioned before, I will be doing an updated flip through of my actual like teaching notebooks, which is why I didn't go into them at all today. But yeah, this is the stuff that I carry with me. I know it's a lot, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of times my back hurts, but I am not, let's put it this way. I am not very minimalist when it comes to my organization, and I like to feel organized, and since I don't actually have my own classroom, I have to carry my classroom with me. So it's definitely not ideal in terms of, you know, saving my back, but it is a system that has been working for me. I'm sure I will tweak it over time and realize like, oh no, I don't need this thing, or oh, I'd rather have this thing than that thing. But for now, it's working pretty well. And I do try and make it so that I carry as little as possible. Like coming to and from home, obviously that's a different thing, but I try to make it so that I carry as little as possible while I'm actually like running around and teaching, just so that I, you know, I have the stuff I need, but that it's not super, super heavy. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. You might have noticed that I did not upload on Thursday, and to be perfectly honest, I am starting to feel really overwhelmed with work and with university, and just like I'm trying really hard not to get sick by, you know, taking care of myself and getting all of my work stuff done first. So I think that at least for the school year, for the time being, I need to go back to just one video per week. So that will be my Sunday video. And I will try and do, because I know sometimes on the Thursday videos, I would just kind of do like random little things. I was like, oh, this would be fun to film. I'll try and do sort of better, more involved videos as much as possible on Sundays. But every once in a while, if, you know, time catches up with me and I just, you know, don't have enough time to film something, then you guys might get a little like quickie decorate with me or something like that video. But yeah, just to let you know, it's not a mistake that there was no video on Thursday. I just needed to take a little bit of time to kind of gather my thoughts and get everything prepared and try to not feel super, super stressed. So anyway, with that very, very long ending to this video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.